thinking of changing the name of my ebook. Hey, this is Tim the Piano Man. I play piano at retirement communities. I do this full time and I make good money. And I wrote an ebook called Easy Piano Gigs. And the gigs themselves, in my opinion, are easy. However, I'm thinking of changing the name because the process of getting the gigs, it takes a little effort to learn and then takes some time and effort to execute. The reason that I'm saying that I think I should change the name is because, well, the gigs themselves are easy. I mean, you're playing for a room full of grandparents, essentially. It's nice. I mean, there's certain ways that they act that you have to be aware of. There's certain things that happen that you have to just roll with. They don't always respect social norms. They'll come and try to talk to you while you're playing a song. I mean, everybody does that. Even at my hotel gig, people come and talk to me while I'm playing a song. I'm used to it. You have to know certain songs. You have to know age-appropriate songs. It's the booking that's not really that intuitive. I had to teach myself how to book these gigs, and now I have it running like clockwork, which I'm really proud of. I try to take 3 full days at the beginning of the month, or about 5 days broken up across 2 weeks, so half days included. And I'll just call activities directors at retirement communities. This is the skill that can be learned. And if you want a full calendar of gigs, download my ebook, easypianogigs.com/ebook. Pretty simple. Once you execute the plan, don't change the plan, y'all. It's worked for me. It's still working. It's evergreen. As long as there's activities directors at retirement communities, they're going to need entertainment. That's their job, y'all. They have a budget, and it's their job to book gigs. You have to be persistent, and you have to put in the hours to learn the skill. But a reason that I'm thinking of changing it from Easy Piano Gigs to something else is because I don't know if everybody wants to put in the effort. Not all musicians want to put in the effort to call all these facilities and get rejected, because there's rejection involved with cold calling. That's what this is. There's rejection involved. But what you got to do is you can't let it get to you. I'm going over a bridge. That's what that sound is. You can't let it get to you. You just keep calling and keep leaving messages and following up, being polite. And I'm thinking of creating some kind of training where interested musicians can learn how to do this. Some kind of training and coaching program. I mean, I don't understand why more musicians aren't interested in making thousands and thousands of dollars playing piano at retirement communities. It's incredibly rewarding. It's incredibly lucrative. And you'll have a lot of free time to play your bar gigs or whatever. You know, I guess some people just don't want to put in the effort, and I get that. You know, like some people are happy. Some people would be very happy playing a gig a day, 1 gig a day, making $150 a day, say 6 days a week. $150 a day times 6. That's what? $900. It's $900, and multiply that times 4. That's $3,600 a month. You can live on that if you live frugally, and then you have a ton of free time. Some people value their free time over making a lot of money. Nothing wrong with that. But I challenge you to book more gigs. Download Easy Piano Gigs ebook, even if the gig booking process itself might not be easy, and I'm thinking of changing the name. easypianogigs.com/ebook. Get it for like $5. I share all my secrets. In there, y'all. easypianogigs.com/ebook. My calendar is not maxed out. I'm blessed with enough time to book the gigs. Well, I carve out that time in my schedule. So I create that time to book the gigs, and that's usually the first and second Tuesdays of each month. Mondays I often have available as well. Sometimes the second Wednesday I'll have available as well. And I'll just call as many places as I can. At this point in my business, though, see, there's a different approach because my business is maturing, and I'm getting and maintaining several reoccurring gigs. So I think 60% of my gigs are reoccurring, which is great. It means 60% of my income I don't have to go out and hunt. 60% of my income is agriculture and not hunting, which is cool. I don't mind the hunt, though. Get a kick out of waking up early, maybe going to the gym, and getting everything done, and getting at it like a dog on the bone at 8 a.m., calling as many places as I can, seeing how much I can get done, trying to focus as much as I can, and then reaping the rewards, getting the gigs. It's valuable to me. I like it. So, all that to say, if you want to learn how to book more gigs, just ask me any questions. I mean, I'll point you to the ebook. It's just $5, but you can ask me anything. This is an industry that is growing. I think 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day. 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day. You know how many beds, how many rooms a typical independent living facility has? Well, actually, I don't know what the average is, but it's going to range from on the small end, less than 100 on the small end, to on the large end, maybe 200 or 300. There's going to be bigger communities than that, but I would say on average, okay, so 200 on average, just guesstimating. 200 people. That is one facility that has an activities director, that has a budget, that needs to entertain their residents, and they need to pay somebody to come and entertain their residents, and they'll pay for quality. 10,000 baby boomers are retiring every day. Now, not all of them are moving into nursing homes, but there is a deficit of nursing homes being built. There's a deficit. There's not going to be enough. This is a statistic. It's a growing industry. For the next 20 years or so, it's going to be booming. And the baby boomers are going to want maybe a little bit more rock and roll, because they like to party. They're the hippie generation. They like to party a little bit. So if your bar gigs have dried up because the bar crowd has changed, their taste of music has changed, then retirement communities is where you want to be looking, y'all. I've been doing this successfully for several years. I did this full-time, so I've been a musician for almost all my life. But in 2017 to 2018, from May to May, I played with the Ghost Town Blues Band on the road. And then I hopped off the road because I didn't want to do that anymore. And I went out on my own and I started booking piano gigs at retirement communities. And I had done this on and off. And I had some gigs that I maintained when I was playing with the Ghost Town. But I went into it full force and did it successfully, full time, until March 2020. Can't remember. Something happened there that caused me to look for other work. Yeah, so during 2020, I worked at estate sales. Shout out to Todd and Company. I learned so many great lessons, and that was a wonderful, wonderful, sometimes crazy place to work. Crazy in a good way. But then when the gigs came back, I went back into it full time. Actually, there was a brief stint where I became a real estate agent. And so I didn't know if the gigs were going to come back. There was a lot of uncertainty. So I tried to control something that I could, which was my skills and certifications. And I passed the real estate exam, and I sold a couple houses. Actually, I handled a couple transactions for buyers. I was a buyer's agent. Did 4 of those. Didn't make a ton of profit. I thought that it was an oversaturated industry, and the gigs were coming back in a bigger way. This was about, when was this? 2021? 2020, I think 2021 to 2022, actually. Yeah, it was summer 2022 when I quit the real estate. I did that for almost a year, and I was playing gigs in the meantime. I was trying to develop this skill, but I like piano much better. It was better for me overall because activities directors are great to work with. If you're an activities director and you're watching this, I'm so grateful for you. Y'all are wonderful to work with. You don't really stress about working past working hours. It's a low-stress job, although things can get crazy. I'll give you that. Things can get crazy. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes not. But I love working with activities directors. It's fine if you want to get back to somebody in the morning during working hours. You don't have to interrupt your dinner with your loved one or your friends to handle a hysterical real estate client. None of my clients were hysterical, but some of the deals that I did were with hysterical people. To me, it wasn't worth my time or my peace of mind. And I had to make the decision because I was sacrificing the music when I was doing real estate. And I did not want to do that because that was part of my soul. So I made the decision for my soul, and I'm making as much money as I had hoped to make as a real estate agent, as I had ever dreamed of, really. Playing music at retirement communities and having plenty of time to spend with my loved one and with, well, actually, I am working hard. Oh, and I produced an album. So that's something that I had time to do. I never would have had time to do that had I been full-time in real estate or on the road. Well, maybe on the road with Ghost Town. But I didn't have the kind of artistic focus that I needed because touring can be unfocusing. that's it for me. I've enjoyed entertaining y'all on this video. Tim the Piano Man, thanks for your likes and subscribes, and I'll see you in the next one.